Greetings everyone to the Perry Stone YouTube channel. Something very interesting. I have a satellite picture that I'd like to show you because there are some things that can only be discovered above by looking down to the earth, and this is one of those that was discovered in the area of Jericho some time back. Now let me give you the story, kind of the backdrop. In Psalms chapter 60 and verse 8, this is what it says: Moab is my washpot, and over Edom I will cast out my shoe. This is, of course, God speaking here. Philistia, triumph thou because of me. The word shoe there in Hebrew can also translate as the word sandal. And so in the law, there was something called the law of the loose shoe, and you see it in the book of Joshua when the angel of the Lord appeared to Joshua, called the captain of the Lord's host, instructing him to take his shoe off of his foot, which seems very strange if you don't understand the ruling of the law of the loose shoe. And the law of the loose shoe was that if you lost your property, in order to redeem it back, you needed your next of kin to meet with the elders of the city at the city gate, and you would take off your shoe. This is what Boaz did in the story of Ruth and Naomi in the book of Ruth when he's meeting with the elders at the gate. What that meant was that gave you the permission to get the land back. So when the angel asked Joshua for his shoe, he didn't say, take your shoes off, your feet are on holy ground, the way that the angel said to Moses. But he said, take thy shoe off thy foot. He was saying, if you will give me your shoe, we will operate in the law of the loose shoe, and you can get back this land that your people have been out of for over 400 years, and you can redeem it back. So there's this story connected to the children of Israel coming into the promised land of a shoe. Well, several years ago, there was something very interesting that happened. In Joshua 4:19, we'll give you the verse first before the story. The people came up out of Jordan on the 10th day of the first month and encamped in Gilgal in the east border of Jericho. So here we have an area called Gilgal. Now, scholars and researchers of Israel know the area of Gilgal, where it's located. We've been there and passed it by on tour buses during every Holy Land trip that we've ever made there in the area above Jericho. However, there were 5 structures that were built, and these structures date back thousands of years. So it's nothing that was recent. It's nothing in modern history. It's nothing even in recent history. And there was a Professor Adam Zertal that discovered what looked like a huge footprint made of rock. The wall was made of rock, but it was in the form of a shoe. So take a look at this satellite picture. This is, to me, it's very interesting. It is in the area of Gilgal. It is in the area where Israel camped, and it is the image of a shoe. Now, some suggest that that is where there were either encampments in there, or that's where some of the animals had been kept, because they did have animals with them when they came into the promised land. So there's different purposes. So there were a total of, actually, from what I have researched, 5 of these structures. 5, of course, is the number of grace. There's a lot of numerology connected with the number 5 biblically. And they were found in this area. And so when you read the scripture, you know, many times people don't understand what they're reading because they don't understand the culture of the day, which is the law of the loose shoe, for example. But then you see a satellite picture. It's like, wow, right in the area where the Israelites camped, here are 5 huge, massive stone walls, you might say, barriers that are built in the form of a sandal or in the form of a shoe. And of course, Joshua and the children of Israel took over 31 Canaanite cities and repossessed the land that had been given to Abraham well over about 440 years prior to that particular event. There'll be some other things that we're going to be telling you about that was found by satellite, and we won't do it all today. We like to keep these as brief as possible, hopefully within 5 to 8 minutes each teaching that we do. But we ask you to subscribe to our channel. We would love to have you be a part of this teaching that we do about 2 to 3 times a week on our YouTube channel. And also we will be making different offers from time to time that will help you to be able to get more resource material. And keep watching and you'll see those ahead. Thank you so much for your time. And please do not forget, you can check us out at perrystone.org, which is our main website. So please, everybody, take the opportunity sometime and check out the ministry website as well. We appreciate your prayers. Thank you for joining us. Please give me your undivided attention. Many months ago, I began to hear secular economists announce a new global reset was coming. That's when I heard this phrase in my spirit, the American apocalyptic reset. For several weeks, I woke up early and began receiving a series of stunning prophetic downloads that I penned and now have placed them all in my brand new prophetic book, America's Apocalyptic Reset. This book is a must-read for all Christians, for all of those who love Bible prophecy, for conservative Americans and American patriots. The 19 chapters go extremely deep into exposing the agenda now being secretly plotted and to be publicly forced upon us, the American people, and how we can counter it. I discovered some very stunning ancient prophetic parallels and patterns, some that go back 4,000 years, that are repeating themselves in the United States right now. I deal with America's great Babel reset and the planned persecution of Christians, America's self-curse that will eventually bring judgment upon the nation, the coming Jezebel clash, the woman who will be president, how she should react and wisely resist corrupt governments. I reveal the unique Silicon Valley parallels and also go into the plans to bankrupt, then reset America economically. Also, I talk about how to function when the church must go underground. I received a very unique revelation concerning President Trump and a pattern that's found in history. There's a chapter also that I deal with how did the prophets get it wrong, and so much more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is probably the most significant prophetic book in the history of my ministry, especially in the time that we're in, but that's not all. I'm also including my most recent inside information prophetic briefing on 2 audio CDs. It's 2 hours in length, and I will release detailed information that I cannot, and I want you to hear me, I cannot nor will I share this on social media or on television, as absolutely in the climate that we're now in, a lot of this information would be targeted for being blocked and banned if it was made public and not done in this private setting that we're doing it in. These 2 hours contain biblical, political, national, and international revelation and information that I am sure that many of you have not been aware of. It is for truth lovers only. I want you to order right now this prophetic resource package, my brand new book, The Apocalyptic Reset, and the 2-hour prophetic CDs by going online at perrystone.org or calling 1-888-21-BREAD, or write me at Perry Stone, P.O. Box 3595, Cleveland, Tennessee 37320. Now, we're making this available for your donation of $35 or more, and you can request the offer APR-140. That's APR-140. I'm going to unmask the radical globalists and individuals who have set out to oppose and silence Christians, silence patriots, and shut the mouth of conservatives, and we will show you in the book what we can do when we unite together. We are looking forward to getting this into your hands.